Another big villager nerf, new villager trades, and much more in this brand new snapshot. Hello there, right here we have a new version that's coming out very soon because we are on the pre-release 1 of 1.20.2. So check that you're still subscribed and let's get into all the changes. We got a big nerf today where villagers that are armorers, normally when you would unlock them, they would slowly progress giving better stuff. And then once they become a master level, they would actually sell you the full set of diamond armor. Where now the armorers, if you unlock them, at the very end here, they actually don't sell you the full diamond set. On top of that, they don't even sell it for just emeralds. To purchase this, you will need to use both emeralds and diamonds in order to get your diamond gear. And which diamond gear they will actually sell you depends on which biome the villagers are. So we're in a plains biome, that means our villager has a chance of selling either diamond boots, diamond legs, or purchasing iron blocks. And that's what we see here for the master level, but as you can see in game, just because we have a chance of getting both diamond pieces doesn't mean we'll actually get both. This is because for every level, the villager has several things that they can buy and sell. So despite an armorer being able to have 5 different things they could buy and sell, just at its novice level, when you actually trade with them, they will only be able to do 2 of these things, and then all the rest of them won't show up for that villager. Now before, when it came to the master level villagers, they could sell you 2 different things, but all they had was 2 options to choose from, and that's why you'd always see both options in game. And with the expert level giving the 2 other diamond gear, you could always get a full set of diamonds by unlocking the last 2 levels of villagers. But you can see with this chart here, at the master level, the game now has 3 different things that the villagers can sell you. But it still only has 2 slots to choose from. He might not even sell both diamond armor pieces, because there's this new trade where he'll purchase a block for a really bad price, especially since just above it, you can sell him some iron for emeralds. Especially since you can discount the iron ingots, so you could just sell 1 iron ingot for emerald, but you can't actually increase the number of emeralds the guy will purchase an iron block for. Now even having special discounts from villagers like Hero of the Village won't actually bring down the price of how many diamonds it costs, only the number of emeralds. But on top of that, only some types of villages will even give you the option for diamonds, such as like the jungle village here doesn't even give you diamond, but instead sells you some more chain armor, even though just above it, it also sells chain armor. And same thing for swamp villagers. So if you want to purchase a full diamond, you would have to have like a plains villager and get lucky where he sells both the legs and the boots, and maybe like a savannah villager who gets also lucky and sells both the helmet and the chest plate. Or you could choose to get the taiga guy, which has a very weird trade where he will actually purchase 1 type of diamond armor and give you a different one. Now going from boots to leggings is actually improvement, as it costs more diamonds to make leggings. Same thing for this trade here. But these other 2 trades are downgrades. So you could just use the taiga guy, purchase those pricey chest plates, then trade in for a helmet, and then you can trade the helmet in for boots to get both the boots and helmet, so you got a full set of armor. And the taiga is also a little bit odd, as it's the only biome out of all of them that will actually purchase diamond blocks. Who would sell diamond blocks for emeralds? I don't know. But you still need to add diamonds along with it to purchase it. Now the price of diamonds which it takes is about half the price in order to craft them. So like boots which take 4 diamonds, now you only need 2 diamonds. Leggings which take 7, now only take 3. Chest plate which would take 8, only takes 4. But they added another level of complexity, and that is the type of enchantment which you can expect on these armor pieces. This is also dependent on the biome which the villager was born in. So plains biome will always have protection 1 on it, but before the game would enchant it, as if you put a armor piece inside of an enchanting table and you apply the XP levels between 5 and 19. Which means you typically get way better enchantments, like here we could get projectile protection 3. It's also possible to get multiple enchantments on a single piece, just as if you would inside of an enchanting table. Now plains villagers do have one of the better enchantments, being protection. Jungle would give you projectile as well as feather falling, where desert would only give you thorns, but there's even negative enchantments such as the savannah. These will give you a curse of binding, and keep in mind curse of binding cannot be removed using grindstones. So once you put on the armor, you won't be able to take it off until you die. But the cursed armor pieces do have slightly reduced prices. So if you want a full set of diamond armor, you wouldn't even want to go to a savanna, and instead you probably go with unlocking one at a desert to get the top and bottom, and also unlocking at a snow village, which offers the frostwalker and the aqua affinity. You can always remove the frostwalker and add your depth strider, but then there's also the taiga village, which gives you blast protection. Now it's not only the master level armorers that got affected, all the different levels, such as like novice, will only sell you 2 different things. And at the journeyman level, it would sell you 5 things, but now it only sells you 3. But everything that they buy and sell is actually still the same. It's just been spread out among different biomes and different villagers, but the one exception being the actual diamond item, and it looks like now they just purchased the diamond blocks. Now the villagers from jungles and swamps are also a bit unique, as these are the only place where you can purchase chain armor, meaning you'll have to make your own villages there if you don't want to get chain armor from another means. So why was this all even done? This goes back to them trying to rebalance villagers so they're not so overpowered early game. In a recent snapshot, we see them do this to the librarian villagers, where you can no longer get all enchanted books just from one villager biome type. So if you're a more experienced player, you might have some diamonds, and you can use them to get full diamond for a discounted price compared to mining some more. For early game, you can still use armorers to sell you extra coal and iron to get more emeralds. And you get some use for early game armor as well as a shield. Now so far they haven't nerfed weaponsmiths or either toolsmiths, which will still sell you all the different diamond tools and weapons without needing any diamonds, and all just with one villager. But who knows, maybe they'll change this in the future. But just like the librarian villagers, this is an experimental feature. So when starting a world or upgrading a world, it won't automatically be added into the world, and instead you have to turn it on here. This is until they fully flesh it out and add it into the main game. And since we're already in pre-releases, we want more time to continue rebalancing villagers before forcing everybody to use it in the upcoming versions. It won't be coming in the upcoming 1.20.2 Java version, but instead probably the next full release after that. What do you think of this big nerf and the whole rebalancing of villagers? But with it, we also get some pretty cool changes to cartographers, who normally only sell maps for ocean monuments as well as mansions, but now they can also sell you some other maps. Here's one selling a Savannah village map, which costs a compass plus some emeralds. And then when you look at the map, you can see where you are, like on the little white dot in top right. That means they have to go south and a little bit west in order to find this Savannah village. And just like the theme with this whole rebalance, each biome village can sell you different types of maps. So like our plains ones can sell us Savannah and Taiga. You can get those maps, look at them, and then use them to find another village. Such as like the Savannah, then you can use the Savannah village to find the desert and the plain villages. Savannahs also sell jungle explorer maps, which lets you find the jungle temples. But once you get to a desert, it will only point you back to a Savannah and plains as well as the jungle explorer map. But then with the plains, you can also find the taiga one, which then also has a swamp explorer map, which will show you where witch huts are, which is pretty cool, so you can make a witch hut farm. It'll also show you where the snowy villages are. So here's a cool chart showing how each of them are related, with the plains village in the middle, so you can easily go to like Savannah and then go to these 2 structures, and then you can always use the plains to get to this taiga village, which you can use to get to the other 2 structures. Now this will let it so people can easily find these different types of villages, as now it's more important since only some villages will sell you some types of enchanted books from librarians and some type of armor from armorers. Or you can just use them to easily get to like witch huts or jungle temples. That's just for the templates. They also still sell the ocean explorer map as well as the woodland one. I think this is a cool way to let people find other structures without having to use like a third-party program and the seed in order to search out where they're at. But you can still happen to come across them while just exploring. What do you think of this addition to the game? They also added so that the things that they are selling are random in where they appear. When before some things would always show up before others, like these diamonds would always show up before the axe. But here you can see the axe now can sometimes show up before the diamonds. If you're speedrunning, you can't just always click in an exact location knowing that you're going to be buying or selling something very specifically. Now with it being harder to get different enchantments from librarians or even on your armor set, they did come in and buff the enchanted books which are in certain types of structure. So now there's a higher chance of getting mending from ancient cities, efficiency 1 through 5 in mine shafts, quick charge from pillager outposts, and a breaking from jungle and desert temples. Now these changes, as well as the villager rebalancing, does seem like it would have fit pretty well in the Tales and Trails, as they're encouraging people to go exploring, which those changes actually do, kind of forcing the players to not continue to trade with just a bunch of villagers, but actually go about and trade with multiple different villages. But do you think the same about this? There's also a new game rule called Ender Pearl Vanish on death. It's normally set to true, meaning that when you die, any Ender Pearl that you might have floating in the air would just be removed from the game. This is typically what happens. So a lot of player prisons will have the player die, and this will remove any Ender Pearl stasis chambers, which could be used to get the player out of the prison. And now you have the option to change that to false, so that even if you die, you can still access your Ender Pearl stasis chamber to teleport you back some far distance. The data pack being updated to version 18, they also came in and removed the execute if function as well as return run functions. They will bring them back later, but they first need to overcome some bugs to do with them. It's now possible to search up any type of item inside of the recipe search, even if you haven't technically unlocked it or have the ingredients to craft it. They did this so that if you're new, you don't have a gazillion different crafting recipes sitting over here. You can see now there's only a few of them, all related to stuff I have in my inventory. But if you're an expert player, you can still look up certain things so you can see how to craft them. They also changed the way it searches so that it will only look for lettering that is in the beginning of a word, such as like TOR. They'll show torches as well as redstone torches, but won't show stuff like detector, where those lettering are within a word that isn't in the beginning. I did see this weird bug where you just briefly see the villager that was here, and then all of a sudden the villager just vanishes. When looking at blocks with your F3 on the right hand side, it would say special information about it, such as like if this hopper is locked with redstone or not. But even when it was unlocked, this information wasn't getting updated. This was a common problem with droppers and dispensers. And now you can see the trigger turns true and false without you having to actually click inside of it. They fixed this visual bug where it looked like the redstone was continuing to go up the side of a block despite the actual redstone that was on top being broken, as well as this one related to comparators. They fixed a lot of different bugs related to spelling, grammar, making sure different phrases are translatable, and a couple related to absorption, which only appeared in the last couple snapshots. The latest glitches in the game in this playlist here. Much love to this month's supporters. Get your very own name up there with the link in the description. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!